What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. I don't think people realize how close XRP is to becoming like the number two cryptocurrency in the world. To being in the top two is insane. Now, I believe it's going to be worth more than that, but if you just look at it, if you just take some time to look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, you have Tether, you have XRP, and you have others that are there. The top five cryptocurrencies in the world. You understand that from first to second, it's so far away. But from second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, like all of those are kind of closer than what you think. So anything could happen, any change could happen. And we've seen that go back and forth for Tether and XRP to be worth more than a stable coin is definitely an accomplishment, a huge accomplishment. But in my opinion, XRP is going to be the number one cryptocurrency in the world. And we can argue that so much, right? I'm not telling you exactly the day. I'm not telling you the month that I believe it's going to happen or anything, right? I don't have a timeline on when that's going to happen. But what I do know is that it's going to happen, right? Whether it's this month, whether it's next year, whether it's the year after that, it's going to happen. XRP has a ton more value and more use than Bitcoin has. But Bitcoin just has that nostalgia feel, right? And has that gold-like feel, the store of value feel to it, and governments and countries are going to hold it and have it as a reserve and believe in it for a long time until they get to a point to where they start utilizing cryptocurrency more. Not necessarily just holding it, but utilizing it. So we're going to talk about that in this video and why I believe it. Now, you can have your opinion, put your opinion down below. You can believe that XRP is going to be worth nothing, right? Let me know in the comment section below. I don't agree with you, but I will let you tell everybody what you truly think. You will be wrong, but I'll let you tell it. So guys, if you could hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, check out my links for Twitter, for Patreon down below in the description. Also, if you want to check out my link for BTCC, you can trade both BTC, you can trade Ethereum, you can trade XRP, all of those, right? All three of those at up to a 500x leverage. So if you want to trade a 500x leverage, I don't ever recommend it because it is insanely risky. I mean, like if you see it drop by like 0.5%, you lose everything that you put into there. So you want to give yourself some wiggle room. I always recommend somewhere around 2 to 10%, or 2 to 10x leverage. But some people like to be a little bit more aggressive, and if you want to do that, just understand your risks a little bit more. But if you want to get something extra, use my link, sign up, you'll get a 10% deposit bonus, as well as extra bonuses up to $10,055 and 40% lower trading fees. So you get a lot when you decide to use my link down below, and it does help me out because they are partnered with the channel. So feel free to give that link a look. Now, when we look at the top cryptocurrencies, we look at cryptocurrency market. One, we're seeing a positive day, which is great. This is two back-to-back positive days. Currently sitting at a $2.95 trillion market cap, 3.4% worth of a gain today. Bitcoin's dominance has slightly decreased. We're seeing it at 63.4%, still ridiculously high. So it's not altcoin season. It's currently Bitcoin season, and it doesn't look like it's letting up anytime soon. But that could change very, very quickly because we've seen altcoins absolutely take off at times. Now, for Bitcoin, if we look at the top five cryptocurrencies, we have Bitcoin sitting at a $1.8 trillion market cap. The difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum being at a $216 billion market cap, is astronomical, right? It's a large difference. You can't really make up that change within a day. You can't make up that change within a week. You're not going to make up that change maybe even within a month, right? So you still see the difference between those two, and Bitcoin has cemented itself as that top of the top, right? The cream of the crop, gold, right? That's basically what it is. And people will always look at it that way. However, you have other things that are creeping up. So Ethereum creeping up at a $216 billion market cap. You have Tether that's at 145 billion, but that's a one for one where people really hold it just to be able to convert to other cryptocurrencies and swap for other cryptocurrencies. It's the easiest way to do it. XRP is sitting at a $130 billion market cap, and BNB is sitting at an $85 billion market cap. So the things that are over 100 right now, you have XRP, you have Tether, you have Ethereum, and Bitcoin. I like to remove Tether completely because it is a stable coin. But once you get to a point where you are able to surpass the stablecoin level, then you know that you mean business. You know that that cryptocurrency has the potential to be the number one cryptocurrency in the world. I've said in the past that I think Ethereum will pass Bitcoin, and I still do believe that that will be the case, that Ethereum will pass Bitcoin. But I also believe that XRP will heavily pass Bitcoin. And it will be worth multiple trillions of dollars. And depending on the level and the different things that ends up happening, we could end up seeing a lot higher of a level. So let's look where XRP is right now, and then I'll kind of explain exactly my thoughts behind it. It currently sits at $130 billion market cap, $5.8 billion worth of volume, which is a 4.4% volume to market cap ratio. Total supply or circulating supply at 58.39 billion. If we look at history, in the last 7 days, it's up by about 7%. In the last month, it's down by 10%. In the last year, we see it up by 303%. So it's great to have gains nonetheless, right? We saw those gains from 50 cents all the way up to where we are today at $2.22. The highest point that we got to was about $3.40, which was a $180 billion market cap. If you look at where Ethereum is right now, it's sitting at a $216 billion market cap. I believe XRP in the near future, right? Near future, we're talking about maybe months, where maybe even less than months, depending on what happens and when altcoin season truly takes off. Ethereum could be worth well over a $200+ billion market cap, and will be worth more than a $200+ billion market cap, surpassing Ethereum. And then the only thing next is going to be Bitcoin. Now, when I look at Bitcoin in the beginning stages was always thought of to kind of take over the dollar. That's the way that people thought of it. And then when you started developing a lot of other things that can take over the dollar better and do a better job than 15 minutes of wait time for you to actually have, that transaction to go through or whatever, where you have, Ethereum, that's a little bit better. You have XRP, that's a lot better, where it's literally seconds and it's cheaper and it's more energy efficient, right? So you're looking at things that are going to kind of take over that spot. Now, all of a sudden, Bitcoin is only just looked at as a store of value, even though it's always been that because of the, mining it and the scarcity of what's left after, mining one Bitcoin. You now have it a little bit more scarce of what's left to be mined, just like we don't know how much gold is actually there and how much can be mined and how much we have, but we know that it's a finite resource, right? It's not going to be unlimited. We only have so much earth that you could mine and find gold. But with Bitcoin, we know the number. That number is given to us. Now, if someone told you, hey, we only have, 1,000 grams of gold in the earth, and that's all we're able to gather, then you would have that number and it would make it more scarce, which would make gold go up in price for anybody that does have it. And that's the thing that Bitcoin really, gets in value. But when we go back to being able to utilize cryptocurrency, that's kind of the whole idea of being a currency, right? Is to be able to use it and kind of take over what our system is, but making it more digital. While we do everything online, while we do everything, across the web and stream to literally millions and billions of people, potentially, you can then do that with money and easily transfer, right? Easily send this to the next person that has their wallet, right? And it can happen within seconds. This is completely different than what we've ever seen with the US dollar or with the banking system. While things used to take multiple days to pend, this doesn't. It takes literally seconds, no matter where you are on this earth. It will take literally seconds for it to get to you. This is something that is absolutely game changing. That's why XRP will be worth so much more, because of not just the scarcity and understanding that there's only 100 billion coins max in that supply, but it's more about the use and knowing the value of being able to send that to somebody else. If you said there were, let's say, $10, 10 single dollars that you have that would have the ability to send that money to someone else, wouldn't that make that money more valuable to have, because it takes literally seconds to send to somebody else versus this dollar over here that doesn't, right? You have to put it in the mail or find a way to ship it there or whatever, right? It's going to take a longer time to get to you. But this dollar over here can instantly transport to you. It makes it more valuable. So just looking at it at a base level without actually breaking down the cross-border payments and the connections to banks and, the connection to the government and being able to have that use there as well, multiple governments, you need to understand the value of different cryptocurrencies. And if we look at the value of the top 5, if we look at the value of all of these and say, all right, BTC, that value is really just in the store, right? Just to store a value and being able to store it, hold it like it's a gold. Ethereum, you're not seeing that same value that you have in an XRP. When you talk about a tether, really, that's just a stable coin, being able to utilize that, but still having that time constraint. XRP, fast, efficient, secure, everything that we want in being able to have use. That's the no-brainer, right? That is the end-all be-all for cryptocurrency, and to have the popularity to match it. Like, I don't know how people don't see the max benefit that you could have with this, because, well, actually, I do understand how people can't see the max benefit, because it has no max benefit. The max benefit is unknown. It's unexplored. There's so much territory that can be unexplored, and then you have a new thing that you could do with it, and a new thing that you could do with it. It's cheap, it's efficient, it's secure, it's everything that we want. Everything. No other cryptocurrency really does that with the popularity that XRP and Ripple have. The backing that Ripple has with its payment option. It's phenomenal. I don't know how else to put it. So it will be the number 1 cryptocurrency in the world, and I'm not ever going to change my mind on that. It may take some time to happen, or people might see it right away and go, okay, you're right. This is definitely going to be that. It's mind-boggling that when I first looked at it, I bypassed a lot of this because I thought the lawsuit held up so well. So I went from a person that saw that lawsuit as everything to now looking into it and understanding that that lawsuit just didn't make sense, and you have the reason to hold XRP, the reason to believe in Ripple. Anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this. Also, check out my link for BTCC down below, Patreon and Twitter down there, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.